All right, good news, fam. Good news. Last 3 or 4 days, the van has been acting great and then not so great, intermittent in how well it's been driving. So basically, I had some conversation, tugged on a couple of wires. I need to put some miles on this thing. Once you open the engine up as much and as frequently as we did, it's minimum 100 miles of pretty hard driving before all the air bubbles get out of the system. Yesterday total put about 50 miles on the van. I mean, she drove probably the best that I've ever felt this thing drive. Very excited because today, as scheduled, I will be able to head up to Weatherford to a men's event. One of my clients is putting on a mastermind. Very excited that I'm not going to have to miss this thing. Now I am prepping the van. I've started laundry, fixed a loose wire, getting my battery bank charged, the jump box charged just in case. I'm going to put some air in the tires. So that's what's going on right now. Guys, I feel like the adventure rig is back. We are back. Right now I'm trying to sort out all of this stuff to get it all to fit. And with this slight additional room, the battery bank took up and the water tank, it's going to be a challenge to get all this stuff in here. So that's what I'm doing right now. After that, I'm gonna air up the tires, maybe even give her a wash. I definitely have to clean the solar panels, no question about that. Clean the inside for sure, because the cockpit is dirty. And after that, just do another once over, and I think we're ready to roll. That's nice. All right, gang. Yesterday was a long day, and it was about 2.5-3 hours, somewhere in there, to get up to my client's place, a men's mastermind this weekend. And he invited me out here to speak on the topic of nutrition and lifestyle. Had to be here for sure, despite where we're at with the van and the fixes. So we were still in test mode. I mean, technically we still are in test mode, but man, the symptoms, that was the hands down the most stressful drive of my entire life, like without question. Sometimes it would drive like she came off the showroom floor, and other times it would just like shudder violently and then it would be fine for like 30 minutes, drive great, and then intermittent 20 minutes of like I was just literally physically with my AC on while I'm driving, sweating physically sweating the whole time. We are about 30 minutes from breakfast, and I think some of the guys are actually going to start showing up here within the next 10-15 minutes, so I've got to get ready. Business casual. I woke up, the sky is so blue. I could hear the birds chirping. It's nice. Weatherford, Texas is a beautiful town. All right, we have some first round of teaching about to happen at the Hammer and Heat Summit, and it is very clearly Texas down here. Everything is a truck. Well, there's one car, but everything else is a truck. That works. A little quiet morning opener.
Cool, so an hour or two.
Yeah, I started putting something together with my media guy for my business, for the Defending Hope.
Mm-hmm.
And then the van broke down, and that was like, I haven't had a meeting within like 3 months.
Yeah.
Not a proper meeting anyway, where we're actually developing some content. Hey, bud.
Oh yeah, it went
Hey,
awesome.
bud.
It was a great weekend. I don't know if you talked to Lowell at all, but I just...
Good morning. Good morning, all. Not super sure where I left off with you guys. A brush has not touched my hair today. I was up chatting with a friend, and I am on coffee, and it is, I'm not sure if you can see, but it is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful outside. And just quick catch up. I came back down here to my brother's place and then went down to Austin, took care of a few things. I'm back up here at my brother's place because we have a few loose ends on the projects, one of them being solar. So I ordered a couple more solar panels, this time the flexible solar, and I did the not recommended thing in terms of longevity for the panels, and I did marine grade Loctite glue them to the ceiling of the to the roof of the van. But I just I know it kind of made sense in terms of whatever. All right, so I was thinking about just pitching this thing up here so I could get underneath it and clean it, because I had to make an adjustment over here and use some zip ties to hold this part of it down. But I think it's just gonna be a hassle, so I'm gonna do this properly. I'm just gonna cut the zip ties and pull both panels off, clean the panels, clean the roof, because it desperately needs it underneath those solar panels. Throw more of that tape down because I'm pretty sure where that leak is coming from, and then connect up 460 watts of solar. God, man, I cannot wait. This is gonna be, man, it's gonna be a good summer. Okay, so this is nasty. It's dirty. I took a snail shell out from under here earlier. There's leaves. It could be worse, I suppose. It could be worse, but it needs a cleaning. And I'm almost positive those leaks, the leak that's still happening is coming either somewhere from in here or on the opposite side. Either way, it's coming from the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up, run some tape from here, really push it underneath this gap, and then run it all the way along, and hopefully that does it. Also, I know I would just feel a whole lot better if I went through and took the old ones off and basically did a full proper reinstall. I'll just feel better about it. I know it's gonna be cleaner. I know I gotta clean the connectors, the cords, all that stuff. But this is why, if you guys are curious, why did I have zip ties on that corner of that one solar panel? Right here, you can see where I've got some lock nuts, and I've got these posted around. You can see one there, maybe you can't. There's another one underneath here. And basically this C channel, obviously you can tell, like, it's barely enough for a finger, and the flat part here is what sits on top of the PVC mounts. And with the van roof being right here, there was no way I was ever going to be able to access underneath here to be able to unscrew those lock nuts. So what I did is I put a bunch of this, I'm drawing a blank on what it's called, but basically you put two materials together in it, and it turns into metal and bonds to aluminum, metal, all that stuff. It makes this whole thing like one piece. So I did that on these lock nuts. So now these lock nuts essentially are like part of the aluminum, and I can put the machine bolts in and out as I need. Unfortunately, on a couple of them, I don't think I put enough, I didn't put enough of that bonding material. And when I also used an impact to unscrew them one time, which was dumb. But in any case, it broke free the lock nut, and it was just kind of like in the middle of stuff. I wasn't in project mode, so zip ties is what worked for the time being, but all the rest of them working great. So I'm going to clean the roof really well, put more tape, clean these solar panels really well. Everything's gonna be like brand new. Hook it all up with the new connectors, which you have right here, and some extensions. And we are going to be 260 watts of solar richer. Let's get it. All right, much better. I feel a lot better about that. So it's 95% dry. I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for a little bit, let the sun, this Texas sun, warm up and dry the rest. Also, I found the culprit. Getting in from here. So going to let that dry for a bit. Very happy that I was able to find where where the water is getting in from. Fix that finally, and then hook it up. Next is to connect this adapter situation to the positive and the negative to all 4 panels, 4 positives to all 4 panels. Hopefully I got enough additional length, so let's get it. Look at those numbers. All right, gang, it is late, and your boy has been projecting slow. I got those 2 fans hooked in there. Now I got the push button lock on the desk set up. Screwed in the inverter, which is in the desk. So now if I need to charge something, just pull the desk out and plug in whatever I need. And right now I am listening to some Ludovico Einaudi, one of my current favorites, and making sure I get this cable management situation looking decent. I am running these lines all the way into the bus bars. As far as I understand, I can just basically patch this inverter right into these bus bars and be good. So this is some stark lighting. So that's the plan for the next 30-40 minutes or so. I gotta put some more circle terminals on. I gotta run it through this A&L fuse, the positive side, and then hook it up. And maybe before I go to bed, I will have a functioning 110 inverter situation. This is my jackets. My jacket's getting in the way. Okay, I think that's it for now, guys. I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to end it here or what. All right, I'm going to get back to work.